There we go. Can you debug an app using AI? And today's, AI IDEs like Cursor, Windsurf. Of course you can. Question is that a good idea or not? A couple of weeks ago, we did, for me, the unthinkable. We did a wipe code MeteorJS application, which I would say went pretty well. And we guys had to change code. So that was episode 79. And today we are going to continue on this with trying to debug. These are Meteor dispatches. I am your host, Dvorak, coming to you live from Prague. And we have with me here...
Hey, this is Küster coming to you live from the Netherlands, where I'm doing vacation right now.
So to sum up, today we'll be doing a bit of a, let's say, experiment. We'll be jumping right into debugging Meteor app and trying to find some issues and bugs and all that stuff. As a reminder, this is kind of following up from what we did in dispatches 79. So that's 2 weeks back. And when we did and actually give instructions to Windsurf to build an application, which I think went pretty well. It was a classical leaderboard. And the only difference, which was seen soon after the stream, I did put in that I want the theme to be more space-like, which, as you will see very soon, the AI took literally. And just before we jump into it, you can also access the source code on my GitHub, so you can follow along, or you can try and play with it as you would like. And with that, I think let's just let me spin up my Windsurf to kind of see where we are at.
So is that the latest state we left the application, or did you also added some fancies and things?
So the only thing that I did change, as was the aforementioned theme. So let me jump into the can you see the code? I think I need to increase the size, don't I?
Yeah, by a little bit could be increased. That's okay.
Yeah, it's always one more time, or is that good enough?
Looks good.
Okay, and I'm going to do here. I'm going to figure out where exactly am I with the files. So this is what we've seen. Everything should be the same. As I said, the only thing was that I've decided to add it report LLM. So let me just start it and just show you guys how it looks at the moment, so that we kind of get ourselves positioned with everything.
So just a quick reminder here: everything we do now could be done by you as well when you clone this repository and just do the exact same commands as we do. Correct?
Yes, that's correct. So here we have it. As you can see, it's already a bit different. It says now Cosmic Leaderboard. That's what I said when it took the command that it should be a space theme, literally. And I'm not even sure what I said. Probably this one. Was it this? No. Oh, no, we've actually found a bug. It just refresh, and it doesn't give me any error. So that can be something we can debug.
Cool.
And we have some issues in the console, which is where I want to start, with the very obvious issues that we can kind of see immediately.
Yeah. Can you increase the console a little bit? Because I think the text in the console is actually quite small.
Yeah.
And it's, especially when it's a lot, it gets hard to read.
So we have that. It's, the classical refuse to connect to this and this because of content security policy. And let me also connect to the local database here so I can actually check which user do I have here.
And in the meantime, I'm just talking a little bit about this fetch issue with content security policy. So this is because it tries to fetch a font from Google APIs, correct? And
Yeah.
if you don't have a CSP correctly set up, then you will run into issues very fast. Also, on development, you usually don't have an HTTPS connection to the server, and then this is especially problematic. So you have to configure your CSP, but the good thing is the Meteor docs cover this pretty well.
Indeed. So let's get started with that. What I checked, the issue I had there was that we actually don't have emails, we only have usernames. So
Okay.
I've managed to get in. As you can see, it has a nice space-like theme, but instead of like general leaderboard, we have celestial bodies, and I have like my discoveries, and which is all pretty neat. So before we get really started, one thing that we did not do last time is to check what is the current state of the usage. So let me open up a text editor, and I am going to write this down so that we know where we are at with the cascade usage. So flow action, we are starting here. So prompt is at 10 and flow action is at 78. That's our starting point. I will then be subtracting that.
What do these mean? Just as an explanation for those who don't know any of these terms, flow action and.
So I'm still trying to figure out exactly flow action, but for the first one, for the prompt down, that is every time you give it a command or tell to do something. That's one crate that gets subtracted, at least as far as I have seen. And flow action is more in regards of what it actually does in processing and managing of the files.
Okay.
So let's get this sorted out.
Yeah. So remember, I just explained the CSP. So let's see how well the AI will find that. So first of all, the problem is pretty clear, and the second of all, it's well documented. So maybe it is already aware of this and will give us a nice output. Maybe you should also let it know that this error occurs on the client inside the browser. So to set a little bit more context, although it should be aware of that because that usually
browser console.
Occurs. Yes.
Yes. So I've said it. This occurs in the browser console. I've added in the errors, and now the question is, how should I phrase it? Should I just be like, please fix this, or should I
would
something?
first ask it again, like we did this the last time. I think the approach was very good, that we asked it how it would approach to fix it, and then it first gives us its plan how it would fix it, and then we implemented the plan, and maybe this works for the debugging as well.
Okay, so I ask it, what is the issue? I'm right now in the chat mode, so it does not write anything, and it's looking right now through the security policy, and I'm asking what is the issue and how to fix that. Okay. And right now it's looking, if there is a content security policy defined anywhere, but it cannot find it because we have not set up for this application. From the looks of it, it looks like it's in the service worker, which I'm not sure if we even have it. So it might be, oh, I think I know what might be going on there. Since we don't even have the service worker, this might be a service worker from one of my other
Oh, true.
application, because I'm sharing localhost 3000 for quite a few of them. So let us do a confirmation here. If I go to application and see, we have service worker like this, but I do not think this is the correct one. So now if I unregister it and reload, it
this
should.
is why, for example, I always use, I really try to use unique ports for my applications, because I always get these service worker mess up things in development when they have when I'm running another application on the same port as an app I developed before. And with Meteor, the default port is always 3000. So when you have any service worker on 3000, you should make sure that this is not messing up things. Yeah.
Now, if we look here on the solution that it found here, so or just scroll, so it's looking. So I found the source problem. The issue relates to content security policy and Google Fonts. In your client main file, I see you're importing Google Fonts, yes. However, the error message shows that your content security policy doesn't allow connection to fonts, which is, I think this seems to be a bit more dreaming, because we don't have any content security policy at all. So solution, add your Google Fonts to your content security policy. The best solution is to modify your content security policy to include Google Fonts domain. In Meteor, you can do this by, let me check if you have a web app package configuration. It doesn't, we don't, or we do have, but it's not, we don't have any of the, how you would do it. So, via, and it's still using here the old documentation, connect handlers. Based on my investigation, I can see that the issue is with the content security policy blocking access to font. And this is what I've talked about last time, that it sometimes it circles itself, which is happening here. You can see it's circling. Oh, you don't have that. And here we have the issue. It's trying to load. Again, it repeats the issue. Solution there are two. And now it goes to the two solutions. Modify CSP in your Meteor application. Need to add Google Fonts domain in your CSP. In the application, you can add this back in server-side configuration. So here it proposes to.
That looks very weird to me, because usually the CSP is either configured by the browser policy package or using Helmet or something like this, right?
Yes, but it's not necessary. For example, in Little Universe, I don't have either of those.
Oh, okay.
Primarily because I want to refresh and update the content security policy, or in general, like these packages in Meteor. So you can actually do it like it says here, using the connect handlers, or in this case, it just it would be express handlers or handlers in general, and .use, and in there, you define all the let's just say the different content security policy that you want to include, which in this way is kind of doing properly. So this solution is correct, though it's using the outdated connect handlers version.
I mean, we can tell it to use this solution, but please, that it should be, please nicely be aware of Meteor 3 and Express, and not the outdated.
Yeah, I think we'll get to that. An option to it to self-host the Google Fonts, which is also a valid option as well.
True.
So a way.
However, this is just one reminder here. Just want to interrupt here. Self-hosting the Google Fonts is, by the way, from a GDPR perspective, the necessary way if you want to have a full compliance, because there is actually there was a lawsuit in Germany, at least, about companies that were not self-hosting these fonts, and users were demanding that their data should not be sent to Google, because every request to a Google font sends your data to Google. So in that case, option 2 would be much better.
Okay, that's good news for me, because I have a service that requires Google Fonts, so I will have to check if I can continue using them. Interesting. So I think that's one thing. But Jan, what should people do before we continue?
There's a button when you take a look at the YouTube interface. There's a button on the left below the video, and it looks like a hand with a thumbs up. If you click that button, then there will be a huge pipeline of magic happening in the background, which will, in the final end, cause YouTube to list our video much higher in the search results, and gives us the chance to make other people aware of what we're providing here. So if you want to support us, then hit the like button and let other people know and YouTube know that this video should be bumped up in the search.
Perfect. Before we proceed, actually, I just got an idea. Now that we have only, we'll come back to it. We have only one last error. So what I want to try to do is tell the AI that, and let me actually make this. Oh, actually, no, sorry. Let's keep it like
Did you
that.
apply option 1? Did you do it?
No, because what I'm going to tell it to now, I'm going to say I found the issue. There was a service worker from another app that ran on the same port previously that caused the issue.
Oh yeah. And then
Now
you can
we
write
have
down.
only the following error. And the following error is that it cannot find the favicon. So let's see if it will actually fix that for us as well or not. So it doesn't have it there. It doesn't. Let's see if it can figure out, because I don't think we have. If we look at, I don't think we have.
Oh,
even
it's
like
circling again,
public.
by the way.
Oh. So maybe we need to switch to.
But there is a solution. There was a solution already.
Yeah, so we have probably two. So I don't think we even have the public directory here.
But on the button, I think it proposed something like download a favicon from this and that website and stuff. And then
Creating a public directory in favicon. So now here it's proposing to create the public directory. So let's do that. Public. We need to add favicon.ico file to the directory. You have a few options. Favicon from sites like favicon.io, and then place it there. I've already proposed the HTML change to link favicon in your main HTML files, which you can apply. So now if I do that, it will apply it, the icon there. So let's quickly open. Let's just do emoji. Can I search through here?
Sure. Is there a Meteor or space rocket or something?
We can use the comet.
Okay.
But let's see. I would animals and nature maybe here. No, that's annoying. So let's just go through all of them. If they have flags, I doubt it. Let's try again. Object, comment, no.
Sweet.
It might not have everything. So let's just do alien and let's not.
Yes.
Oh, it has a big one. So I'll just okay, let's just do this quick.
I mean, at that point, it would be nice if I can tell Cursor like, yeah, I would like to use the favicon.io, and not Cursor, Windsurf and Claude. I want to use favicon.io, and I want to use the alien emoji most suitable for the web. Please download and integrate.
Yeah, let's see. Let's extract it here. And here we go. That's the icon. Push it here. There is the rest. And I just need to come back here, refresh. It's still not showing. Let's try the other. Now it's there. A little here. So that's sorted out. We have no issues in the console. We'll come back to the login in a moment. But first, Jan, you have now something ready, and already kind of hinted at it in regards to the documentation.
Yeah. So there is a new post in the forums that there is now a llms.txt file in the forum, in the docs, in the Meteor docs available, and the purpose of that file is basically to tell AI agents, or like what we're doing basically right now at inference time. So that's the time when we do a request, when the model has been trained and is published, and we request the model to do something, and it actively looks into the docs, then this file will help with a structured guidance. And I think it's Markdown format. No, is it Markdown format under the hood? What's actually its format?
It's actually, from what I've seen, it's Markdown when I opened it. So
yeah,
it has all the Markdown markers.
Yeah. And so
let's see if we can add that in. First of all, there is the manage memories here. We have rules, some memories, and we don't really have, actually, we have, let's add workspace rules. So that's .windsurf rules. And for right now, I'm just going to copy over our coding rules.
So by the way, you can access that file right now. Jan, I sent you the link. It's really just docs.meteor.com and then /llms.txt, and then you will get the plain text file to open. And maybe we should tell Claude with the next request, with the next debugging request, or with the next debugging help, that it should be aware of this file.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. And right now, we have like the official link here, but let's try to do here two things. I want to, oops, let me put that copy link. I'll put it here. I'll do llms.txt link here, so that's saved. And now we can go back here and we'll tell it Meteor docs now has llms.txt. The link to the full document is this. Please add it to your memory and use this to, I don't know, what will be the best to
to understand the available API and entities or something like this.
Understand
The structure of the
Meteor
docs, yeah, or docs Meteor API.
3.2 and its available APIs. So let's see what it will do. Okay, so it retrieved the content. And here's this. So I'll save the Meteor 3.2 documentation information to memory so I can reference it when helping you with Meteor application. I just working on Meteor 3.0 and with React 19. Let me explore the project structure to better understand the application and provide more targeted assistance. So it does all the other necessary analysis, which hopefully you have to do once. And after this, I kind of want to see, once it finishes, what if it's actually properly saved in its memory. Also, kind of note here, Cursor has it a little bit differently, and I think you can insert, could say the references and other things a bit more directly. But if you kind of use the, like remember keyword in Windsurf, it usually gets things done. So here we see here is the Meteor 3.2 documentation structure, and it's Meteor hashtag document IPA reference. And I'll delete the old memory about the Google fonts because we don't need that. And see update here that it kind of is already putting in the application structure, so it's learning up. So with this, I hope it will be able to better help us. Yeah, anything specifically you want to try right now?
Yeah. By the way, is the other issue now fixed?
Which one with the Google fonts?
The all console issues are fixed now,
yes.
Correct?
Yes, all the consoles should be.
That's fine. So there's one thing, and this is a very common issue, and this is also documented in the docs. So we have to create a artificial problem right now, of course, but then we can see how Windsurf may help us with that, because in the docs there is a very typical thing described at the Mongo collection. Oh no, in the React tutorial actually. And yeah, the React tutorial, there's a collections part, and it explicitly tells you that there is something missing. If you run your app now, you will see that you don't render any tasks. I mean, this is of course the simple to-dos and not the leaderboard, but it's the same concept, because when you don't publish your data, there's nothing on the client. So maybe we are able to, and this is in the doc, so let me send you the link just quickly so you can open it and then show it that this is explicitly named there in the docs. And we hopefully I sent you it in the private chat.
Yeah.
If you open that part of the docs, there is explicitly this circumstance, or like, it's not really a bug, it's a missing publication. So it's like when you scroll down a little bit to the part 2.3 render tasks collections, then there is it's showing a code snippet, and then it's telling you like, but wait. So when you scroll down a bit, then it's telling you, but wait, something is missing. You just run the app, but you will see there is nothing. So this is like, it's describing a common issue, and that's the missing publication. And maybe we just try to see if Claude and Windsurf with this context will be able to reason about that by we just removing our publications So I don't know if auto publish is active, then you need to remove it. Of
Yeah,
course.
I was just checking on that if we have auto publish or insecure, and I don't see them here, which is good.
Perfect.
And we are in a publication.
Yeah.
So you want me to remove them?
Just comment them. I mean, you can remove them, but yeah, that's the question.
Control X, so we don't use them. And we could probably say also then that maybe the publication should be on server, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
And
so now, and when you run the app, you should see nothing anymore, correct? Yes, there's nothing anymore there. And now we could describe these issues like, hey, I can't see on my browser, which is currently now running on localhost, blah, blah, blah. The app is running fine, but I don't see any data. What could be the cause? What could be the cause, and how can I solve it? Please, and then I would also add, please be aware of the current Meteor docs, something like this.
Okay, so my application is now running fine, but I don't see any data displayed. Please, what could be the issue? Please be aware of Meteor 3.2 docs. So we are like really. So now it's looking at the publications. Icon imported, but no actual publication definition. So it's nothing there. So it's looking what it should do there. And let's see if it can generate them again. And I will have a next step for this. So let me kind of start preparing for that as well. So we'll check here. Okay, there we go.
So did it correctly assume?
I can put these things here. And I would say yes, it is missing some, this is not ready on the leaderboard. And we have my leaderboard items, which is pretty much identical. So, but I do see a bit of an issue. So let me kind of remove our old ones. Let's accept changes. And let's see.
Is it an error, or is it just a formatting issue?
No, it's completely fine. It could be like an arrow function because it doesn't use this.
What's that biome?
No, that's one. But actually, this is something that there are two things that I want to, since we are on this, really to explore. So now I see the data, but I also want to open up private. And to see if I can maybe get in.
It crashes on private?
Oh no, it crashes completely now.
It's crashing everywhere. Oh, Meteor publish is not a function. No. Because it's not on the server. So it's not wrapped in.
That's actually a good one. So now I have error that Meteor.publish is not a function. So let's see if it can. It's looking at the docs again. It's analyzing it. Let's fix your publication file, follow the same pattern as in your server.main. No. That's not going to help. That is not going to do. Just Meteor.startup is not going to help. And I think we might have broken it. Poor guy.
Yeah, now it's messed up. Now it's confused.
That's sad. So this is something that Alim has been theorizing is going to have an issue, trying to figure out. Oh, wow! Something completely different is happening here. Just now removed everything.
Now it's now the vibe part is starting. Now I can hear the
Yeah. So it's removed the. It looks like it's removed the publication completely, and it moved the publication into the main main file of the server, which of course right now is going to work, but the code is ugly. And this is where you get the spaghetti code.
Yeah, I just want to say this is where things get ugly in the long run, and this is where you don't want. This is the place you don't want to be. That's the rabbit hole you jump down and you will never get back out again. But this is why the offer of devibing or unvibing code bases is still there.
Yes. So let me put up here the old code. So I'll recheck that. Another thing is what I would like to do. So we've kind of discovered that this is the issue, and that's because originally it built this structure very nice. So I think something like reimagining mantra and putting it more like exact structure where it should be what could be helpful. Let me check. Do I have anything else here? No. So what I want to try right now is account password. I'm right now in the settings file, and I want to kind of use the Argon. Argon 2, which is the new and latest in Meteor 3.2. So next time I do Meteor, I'll do settings. I'll do settings.json. Start with that. So let's start a new conversation. I have set in my settings that I want the password package to use Argon 2 as the hashing mechanism for passwords, but when I look into the database, that is not happening. Find the issue and fix it. Let's put that in. I was looking at the settings JSON file correctly. Good. Let's check if there's any package configuration in the projects. But it's what you notice, it has not read through the it has not read through the documentation.
Yeah, that's what I that's what I feared, that even though the LLMs TXT exists, that the AIs, I don't know how they work under the hood, but the question is if they really actively access the docs, or if they really rely on what they were trained with. or if it's a hybrid model, or if there is a decision path for when to look up existing resources versus using the trained one. We don't know that. They are black boxes. That's a big problem still. So it's really trial and error what we're doing right now. We just have to try. So debugging becomes also a trial error, and I think this defies the purpose of debugging, because debugging is a very determined and how to say, very specific determined task with a very determined outcome that we want to achieve. We want to analyze the application's code flow to find the root cause of a problem. And the question is if this is the part where it's getting really problematic, you know, so that helping to debug your application, just making patches, but in a way of here's a wound, so I'm making a patch on this, a wound on the right arm, so I'm making a patch on the left arm, and let's see if it heals. So this is how it looks to me right now.
Yeah. Okay. Now that now that it fixed correctly, the startup script, it's looking here now correctly. I've had the issue with Argon 2 configuration. There are two problems. Saying JSON file has incorrect format for the Argon 2 configuration. The account.config approach in the server code has a TypeScript error because I've added the type definition. Let's fix both. So I'm kind of curious. Now let's close this. So now it correctly fixes it. So again, it started with the wrong assumption, but then as if I scroll a little bit back up here, what you notice what it did, it went and searched for search the web, search GitHub, and also kind of went back and okay, I was doing a little bit more, and also went through the documentation again. So let's see what's now it's going overboard, because we have two ways how to define the issue here, either through accounts.config, or you use the packages, and through there in the settings you put it in there. So as you can see here in the accounts.config, it's doing stuff that it absolutely does not has to do. So it's just going completely overboard.
But that's interesting, because apparently it just ignores your recommendation to look up in the Meteor docs. Maybe you should define in your configuration that it should look up in the Meteor docs always before looking up somewhere else. So that it has like a priority definition. Like when you try to look up somewhere, use Meteor docs before anything else.
Always look up Meteor docs before anywhere else. Let's add that here as well. So now it's in the rules, and let's see now. Wow, it's pretty much like it's starting to do the like an additional check, configuring the system and whatnot, which is absolutely unnecessary, because you just only needed to fix the settings, and we don't need any of that. Now it's importing accounts here, I think originally because it was trying to actually do the accounts.config here. Then it moved away again unnecessarily. So it was a simple fix, just fix the configuration, and it just could not figure it out. So that's very disappointing. So
But maybe it still has some chances, right? I mean, there's another thing or another part we want to try out. But before we go into that, I just want to leave you a comment here. We're trying to get up and to the moon with this channel someday. And if you like what we're doing here, I mean, we bring you the newest, hottest, bleeding edge programming with Meteor and vibe coding, if you want to tell it. For me, this is AI assisted programming, but that's fine. If you like that and you don't want to miss a future video, please hit the subscribe button. You can show us support with that, and also never miss out any other episode if you hit the bell, because then you get notified, hey, MeteorJS community is doing another live stream.
All right, and let's. Hopefully, I will not crash here. Oh no!
What happened?
I'm not sure. Probably something with Git Kraken or that I've tried to open up around here. So now everything is a bit strange. Apologies about the technical hiccup.
Because is it because your video seems to be the video seems to be halted as well, but maybe
Oh no!
Oh my god!
And we.
Oh, okay. So this is Storyteller simply leaving the session. So apparently, the the AI was so resource demanding that everything else just cracked up, and so the question is, how are we gonna proceed here? Just give us a little second and see if Storyteller returns, and then we might continue. We still have a few things on the list. It's not much, but it might be it might be interesting what comes up, because we ourselves even don't know what might come up. We just prepared the list. We're totally open about what will happen. We didn't try it out before at home or something like this, because we wanted to have a realistic scenario for you. So you can try and clone the repository and just repeat everything we did here right now. And maybe the results might be even different, because again, these are black boxes. They do what they do. They have their own sense of execution paths and how they should do things. It's not 100% clear if it's repeatable, and usually it's not. If Storyteller comes up back again, I will be back again as well. Just give me a second. Stay tuned. As long as the video is not stopped, we're not stopped with this. And so really sorry for that technical issue, but please be patient. We might.
Okay, apologies about that. I am back.
Certainly not expected. Okay. So yeah, there's another thing. I have to leave soon because again I'm still on vacation.
Yeah, apologies about that. We have to end in a few minutes anyway, because the stream is going to finish up. Just kind of how we are running things right now. Apologies for the crash. That was very unexpected.
No worries, it can happen to anyone. I mean, this is how it works in the real world, right? I mean, this is not a staged thing we did. This is just we just started and showed how it goes. Maybe we just do a little wrap up and then continue this the next days. What do you think about it?
Yeah, and Alim has also joined us, so let's just let's get him in as well. Hi, Alim.
Hi guys, how are you?
Yeah, managing.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I think
Okay.
we have mixed feelings about the AI debugging.
Okay. All right.
It's
I
not
got
all bad. It's not all
yeah.
bad. I won't say that.
Well,
I'm
it's
going to kind of do a quick last task because we still have here the old links. So I want to try to see if it can figure out, to properly remove that. And in the last minute before the stream kicks us out, to see if
okay.
it can add, if it can fix the issue on the login screen that we experienced. Kind of close that up. But go ahead, guys. We have 4 minutes left.
Okay, 4 minutes left. First of all, it's interesting that it's still using find.count async, which is deprecated, by the way. So maybe we can also ask it to remove to detect and remove or replace deprecated function usage. But maybe I'm already interfering.
The count, this one in particular is from the template, so we have to fix that in the actual template.
Get it? Okay.
All the relevant code. So let's quickly put that in and see if it can remove that. In the meantime, I want to kind of see the auth here, the login form. Why was it refreshing to see if I can quickly go? So it has the form, it has the on submit, which then goes to handle submit. It has the prevent default, so it shouldn't refresh the page. It has the login with Meteor password. It has the error here as well, but I have not seen it displayed, which is interesting. So it might be just an issue of, which is a common issue as well. So
Which is a common issue.
that you have the way you return the error messages from authentication, because you have have it actually tells you exactly what's happening, or if it should be obscured.
Oh, there is. By the way, I just spotted a total clear error. I see it from here.
Right there is the one. I'm going to jump back there. Yes.
There is a very bad error on line 32. Just take a look at the last word on line 32.
Yes.
Is it error.reason? Oh, no, okay, sorry. Okay, it's not an error. It just looked like it because the reason was underlined. So I thought this was just incomplete, but it's complete. It's just it may not be able to detect the type or something.
Okay, so now I'm removing it. That is properly. So guys, we have 2 minutes left. So apologies for that. Let's see any final thoughts.
Okay. Alim?
It's hard for me to comment on this right now because I'm having a hard time seeing the code. So it's
I have to go it again.
And so what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to bring it up on a larger screen so that I could see it. Let's see what I could see here.
In the meantime, so my impression is it partially works when it's on a conceptual level, but when it tries to distinctively find out sources from the docs to specifically this specific problem, it's rather guessing. That's my.
So Storyteller, because I've popped in